How's it going, Dr. Shaw? Jesse Sywick here, signing on for my third video blog. Sorry about the blurriness. So in your blog, you asked us to revisit a time in our lives where we had lost something, and I thought for a very long time about what I lost in my life that mattered a lot to me. And I think mine, compared to most people, is insignificant. As far as most people would probably say something about a family member or somebody really close to them, but for mine, it was my dog. I got a phone call from my parents when I was at school, saying that they kind of just smacked me in the face with it, saying that they put my dog down because she was getting old and she had begun falling, and they wanted to give her a peaceful way gone instead of her being in a bunch of pain. So after looking through the slides and the notes, I noticed that the Bowlby's 4 stages of grief and grieving, being numbness, yearning, disorganization, and reorganization. I think that on a smaller scale, I went through all of those. Initially when I heard the words come out of my dad's mouth, I was just kind of numb to it. The yearning, I really wanted to see her again. Disorganization, I remember when I went back home, only one of my dogs was there, and it was just this huge shock. It was just, home wasn't home anymore. And then the last stage is reorganization, in which I think you begin to piece back together this new image of home, in my case, and kind of just you adapt you adapt that situation to feel normal again and move on in your life. I talked to my dad also after reviewing this chapter about the grieving process, because him and I have actually had a few discussions on it, because he's a psychologist, and we always have pretty great discussions on topics such as this, and he stressed to me just how important it is for someone to go through a full grieving process and not skip any steps that may reemerge later on in life as issues or different problems that could come about. I also looked up some coping mechanisms as to what I was feeling and how I dealt with it, and I felt like someone had taken something from me. You feel just this shock, this numbness, and this just harsh reality of I'm never going to see my dog again, she's gone. And I think that's probably the scariest thing and the worst thing that people experience, is just that realization that that person or that thing is just gone into the unknown, and we won't see it again until we're there. And I think that's pretty scary. Over time, obviously, I went home more and more, and just kind of got used to the fact that she wasn't going to be there. And I guess what I would use my coping strategies, because I was away at school, was distancing. I looked up some coping strategies online that kind of put names to what I was feeling, and displacement as well. I think a conversion as well, kind of converting that focus that was on her, also putting it onto my other dog. I don't know, it was a pretty interesting event in my life, and going through these flow charts of processes of grieving and such, and loss, and it's kind of crazy because you can just really put yourself back in that situation and experience it and know where you were. Sorry if it got a little long-winded, but that was my experience with loss. Thank you.